All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar. Yo, I'm really excited to teach today's topic because I've only taught today's topic in passing to a couple of clients. But I think it's going to be really interesting because I get a fair few questions on this. Um, but I only get a chance to go into really good detail on trying to find free clients, not so often. So I'm excited about teaching today's topic, which is how to find free clients, right? I understand that everybody that's going to start this business, you're going to start it in different financial scenarios, right? Some of you guys may start and you got some capital saved up. You were waiting just for the right opportunity, and you're like, yo, let's get it going, right? Where am I putting these dollars? What's the best place to put this money in? What's the best vehicle to put this money in to let it, really, really move, right? And we did just talk about, I had a really great webinar where we talked about paid lead generations, right? Well, today we're talking about free clients. Okay. Where do you find free clients? But the one thing about this way, right? There's nothing bad with it whatsoever, but this kind of strategy, this kind of tactic is going to take some sweat equity, right? I'm not going to just fool with it, right? We're going to get this straight to the point. It's going to take some sweat equity, right? It may not cost you financially, but it will cost you some time. It will cost you some effort. It will cost you some energy. It will cost you to put on an investigator hat, okay? It's going to cause you to do still something to make sure that you get clients. Like, it's not going to just come free. Okay. Free is such a irrelevant word. My dad's be like, nothing is free in this world, right? Anybody's parents ever used to say that? In my mind, like I remember like walking to the grocery store and it'd be like, Dad, if we buy one, we get one free. And you're like, nothing's free in this world, right? So yes, I'm gonna show you how to find free clients, okay? As in it's not gonna be through a paid generation, a lead generation platform website. It's gonna be in a very unique, unorthodox kind of a way, but it's going to just take some sweat equity. And if you guys are willing to invest that time, then you could build a very strong clientele base getting started with. Okay. So, first things first, right? The one thing that I feel like sometimes we miss out in opportunities with business is utilizing our inner circle. Okay. There is I always forget her name. She's a very successful cleaning business owner. She probably started her cleaning company maybe like 5 years prior to me. I remember reading up on her. I remember finding blog posts and just podcasts that she was sharing how she got started. Okay. And her company is based out of Las Vegas. I want to say her name of her company is Superb Maids, I believe. So you guys can Google it. Okay. And her company is in Las Vegas, and I cannot think of her name. I think it starts with an E, but I don't want to butcher it. Okay. But she's super awesome, super amazing, super willing to share and give information. I've definitely had to tap on the DM a couple of times and be like, yo, I have a question. Please help a sister out. Okay. And but one thing that she shared that started her business off was utilizing her friends and her friends and family, like her inner circle, right? Utilizing that community first. And she shared and talked about how she would email everybody, like everybody in that email contact list, no matter if it was the cable man or the pest control person, okay? Everybody, she was like, I put pride all the way aside, and I emailed and text message and called every single person in my contact list. And I let them know, like, hey, I am starting a cleaning business and I would really, really love your support, right? Sometimes people may not know how to support us, right? One thing that I see a lot in entrepreneur groups and things like that, they get really mad when their friends and family are not supporting them, right? Now, one thing that we have to understand that in the midst of reaching out to our contact list, not everybody in our contact list may be our ideal client. Okay. And we have to be okay with that, right? We can't get in our feelings. We can't get offended. Like nobody want to never support me. They may not be in your target audience, right? Years ago, somebody was asking me, like, you want me to pay to get my house clean? What do you mean? What do you think I got kids for? Right? I mean, like, I would not have been the ideal audience. I talk to you guys all the time. Like, I could never price my cleaning services based off of what I would pay. in the past because I wouldn't pay nothing, right? So don't get offended when you're doing this process and nobody will reach out to you. But sometimes when we are trying to reach out to that inner circle first, they may not know how to support us. They may just automatically assume that supporting a business would be patronizing in finances, right? Purchasing a product, purchasing a service, purchasing something, right? So if they may not have the funds or the means to do so, then you give them other ideas on how they could support you, right? Because sharing a flyer, talking to a friend and family, like that is free, right? That's free. They don't have to pay for that. You can send them a flyer, you can send them a little screenshot, you can actually send them a verbiage to post, right? And then you'd be like, hey, and if by chance, you do get 5 people to purchase from us utilizing that discount code, I'll give you a free cleaning too, just for helping us out, right? So utilizing that contact list in your email, text message, phone call, okay, and asking them if they want a cleaning service. And you can offer them a deal, entry level founders deal, right? Be really cute and snazzy with the title and create some sort of free flyer on Canva, right? Just don't make it overcomplicated, okay? And then they'll be like, I don't, or just to avoid that awkwardness of like, I can't do it at this time, but good luck to you, right? Then let them know like, well, you could also support by also letting any of your friends and family that you also do life with about our cleaning business. So if you know anybody that needs a cleaning service and when they're asking, please, I would really appreciate it if we could be your first mention. Okay. And if you don't mind, right, here's a flyer or some information that you can copy and paste and share on your social media platforms. Okay. Utilizing that inner circle, you would be very surprised of how far that could go. Okay. And you can take it beyond your contact list. You can take it to your community, whoever you do life with, who you go to church with, you work out with, whomever, right? Sometimes we just hold what we're doing to ourselves and then we get upset when nobody's supporting us, but they just may not be aware or know how to support you. So totally tap into your inner circle. Totally do this, right? One thing when I read books, man, what's the book that I read? Um, uh, I know y'all probably I can never remember titles. Um, but it's like about the very rich family in New York that started the banks and all the things, right? And this book is called like What Would the Such and Such Do? Okay. But one of the things that they list that they did to start their business was utilize this inner circle, utilize their friends and family, right? Like we need investments. You got an investment, you got investment, you got investment, you got investment, right? That was how they built their business to start with. Okay. So let's take heed. Let's do what other people are doing well and see how we can implement in our business. Okay. So boom, that's number one. Now the other way I want to show you guys is through Facebook pages, right? Facebook groups. I'm going to do a share screen in a moment to bring up a Facebook group. And the one thing I love about Facebook groups is I like being able to look in Facebook groups where my business is planted. Okay. There are Facebook groups for everything, right? There's mom Facebook groups. So I'm so sorry, gentlemen. You may not be able to get into the moms club, but it's okay. All right. Find you like a hunters group or a sports dad group or whatever. All right. But find you a local Facebook group to where people are talking about things that they need, community, whatever it is. But you can find local Facebook groups. So you can find them as big as a city, right? So let's say, for example, like Frisco, Plano, Prosper, Dallas, Austin, Houston, right? So you can find like those main big groups, but then you can also find and narrow down the groups to the actual like subdivisions that you'll be providing services in, right? So if you're providing a service in Frisco, Texas, then what are the subdivisions in those areas, right? Antelope Court, uh, Lime Square. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like find those subdivisions because those subdivisions also have Facebook groups. Okay. Now, yes, some of them will require for you to provide an address or verification that you do actually live in there. You better find you an address, okay? And put that address up in there and get access to that Facebook group, okay? And this is not me at all. So you got to really do this in a really cool, sleek attack kind of a way, okay? Because this is in no way am I suggesting that you actually go into these Facebook groups and post something that says, hey, if you need a cleaning service, call your girl. I got you, right? No, no, no. Now, there's two different ways that you can do this. One is looking for posts that individuals are posting in these Facebook groups where they're looking for a cleaning service. Okay. Now we see this because I teach this when looking for cleaners, right? But instead of us looking for cleaners, we will actually be on that cleaners list. We will be one of those individuals that's like, hey, I offer service. I'll be glad to help you, right? We'll be that ideal person that we're looking for. Okay. And the one thing I love about Facebook in the Facebook algorithm for this kind of method is the more you post in these groups and responding to these type of posts, the more Facebook algorithm is like, she really liked them doggone posts. I don't know why, but she liked them posts. So, what we're going to do is to help keep her engaged on our Facebook platform. So that way she can see more ads and buy more stuff and order stuff from Shin and all the cute little things I don't need, right? Sorry, got totally distracted. Okay. That's what Facebook does, right? We're going to post all these posts that she be commenting on all the time. We're going to put them on her feed. We're going to put them on her feed. And what's the awesome part about that is when they start showing up on your feed, then you can be one of the first to be able to respond to those posts in real live time. So what I normally do is when I'm looking for these posts, I will respond to these posts as far as it goes. Like 2021, baby. Pre-pandemic, maybe. Okay. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. People be like, why is this post popping up? Right. First of all, it could be a nice little friendly reminder for anybody that's like, okay, cool. We got some suggestions here. Let me cool. Right. But what I really am doing this for is to make sure that these posts will pop up on my feed. So as I'm on Facebook, I'll see the post, right? I can be one of the first top people to respond to that post, tag the author of that post and get in, slide into her DM and try to snag this person as a potential client. Okay. Now, one of the other ways that I really love this right here kind of depends on how dedicated you are to how much sweat equity you're willing to put into trying to find clients, right? Because with posting in these groups is you kind of want to build rapport, right? You want to kind of build a network and a rapport. So that means you want to engage, right? Social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the platforms, right? They're called social media because we're meant to be social on these platforms, right? So you want to engage, meaning that if you find, people posting about different things on these groups, then you want to respond to it, right? If they're asking about like, man, I need something quick, fast to cook, what's your guys' suggestion? Pop a suggestion. If you don't know, Google one real quick, okay? But pop something in there so that way you could start building rapport, have a familiar name in the group. Now, what I would do once I'm able to build that rapport, what I would then do is make a post about me starting a business, right? Acting like I need some assistance or some feedback or some encouragement, right? So my post may look like, "Hey you guys, I'm starting a cleaning business. I'm really kind of nervous. I would love you guys' feedback and input for all the moms out there. Like, when you guys actually get a cleaning service, what is something that you want them to do, right? We mostly clean the house, but is it a baseboard? I'm trying to figure out what services to offer, right? You can see that I'm kind of being subliminal, but I may get a couple clients from this kind of post, right? And if I join 10 to 15, I mean, trust me, when you guys start Googling these Facebook groups, you might be surprised as to how many Facebook groups there is in like different suburban areas and in your city, right? Join all of them, all the mom groups, all the yard sale groups, all the groups. Okay. I was going to show you guys my list of groups because I'm in a lot of them for like even different areas and different cities and states where our companies are. There's a lot of them. So, if I make a post like that after building rapport, being very intentional about socializing in this group, then it's not going to be such a hard ask when I start asking for feedback on trying to get help, right? And I'm not, my post is like, not help somebody, no, it's in a subliminal kind of a way, right? So then I'll start getting a response, be like, you know what? I would love to be able to help you. Like, are you offering any first time discounts? Yeah, heck yeah, girl, I'll give you 20% off, 10% off, right? So whatever that number is, um, and then they'll start responding. They'll either respond and give you that live feedback, right? And then, or they'll give you the response and ask you, like, hey, I don't mind being your first customer. I don't mind helping you out. I need my house clean. Like, what's your raise? What are you willing to do? Right. And then all those people in those posts, you're now able to build a network with. You're now able to strengthen your network with more of a warm audience than you were with the cold audience of that first inner circle that you're reaching out to, right? Keep in contact with them, ladies. Send like nice little gifts, or not like a physical gift, but like the little GIF things, right? Things like that, right? To engage with those audience. So I want to Google, I want to show you guys and search what kind of posts I'm looking for. So literally this is just a local Facebook group. It's a mom group, okay? And this is, hey, I'm looking for a cleaning services. My cleaning service seems to maintain the house by vacuuming, moving, and dusting. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Anyone have a good service or recommend person to recommend? You would be the one that you would post your ad on here. Because this basically right here is its own directory. Okay. And the more you can stand out against the crowd, the more that other people will actually want to provide your services, or they would reach out, right? Like people, you guys ever see people like when there's like a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word I'm looking for, but we're like people be like, I'm just here for the comments, right? The post is kind of little, engaging. It's either very funny or it's kind of drama or whatever it is, right? And people's like, oh, I'm just here for the comments. There will be people that will just be scrolling for the comments. They may not actually be wanting to provide information, don't know, but they just want to just see what other people recommend because you know what? I think I do want a cleaner too. Okay, so I'm going to go through here and I'm going to post on every old post. And then I'm going to go to every single group that I can also find and find the same thing in post. And then I'm going to engage. Okay, now I'm not really on Nextdoor, but the Nextdoor app, if you open a Nextdoor account, and your business is actually planted where you stay, because Nextdoor is really strict on, like, when you open a Nextdoor account, you can only open it per the area that you live in, unless you're opening a business account. And of course, there is a fee for that. So that would be considered more on the lead generation side, right? But you would basically duplicate the same process on your Nextdoor app. Okay. So like I think I had my mom open up a Nextdoor app, a friend of mine, and I basically duplicate this thing so that way I can do it in the different areas. So, get a little, get very adventurous, get very unique with trying to find clients. When you don't have a budget to be able to do for lead generation, then try to get as unique as possible. Okay. So Facebook groups. And then, of course, Facebook Marketplace. Now, the thing about Facebook Marketplace, you guys, I have never actually posted on Facebook Marketplace. I've only looked for cleaners on Facebook Marketplace. So this is just a healthy assumption that, hey, you can post an ad on there. My only thing is I don't know what the cost is. Okay, so I don't know what the cost is. Also, the same thing while I'm on that vein is also Craigslist. Okay. So basically, we're like reverse engineering how we look for cleaners, right? Those unique ways of how we look for cleaners, because we're looking for cleaners in this kind of a way because we understand that these cleaners are looking for clients, which we're doing, right? So anybody that's currently inside the CEO Clean Academy, there is a case study that I had posted a couple months back on finding cleaners on Craigslist. I'm sorry, finding clients on Craigslist that I shared from another cleaning business entrepreneur, right? I did not come up with this way, so I don't take any credit, which is why I don't really teach it, because I haven't done it, but he allowed me to share his case study inside the academy. So if you guys just search up, if you just search up the word Craigslist, you'll see this whole case study video on how to do that. And then, of course, you can post the ad on Craigslist. I just don't know the cost. So the posting the ad on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, I guess they're not technically free 99, right? But they are very low costing. Okay. So now I want to talk to you guys probably about my these are like these last two ways that I'm going to share is probably like my two favorite ways. Okay. So my first favorite way is I'm trying to make sure that I'm not going into my partnership call that's this week as well. So my first favorite way is that I did a while back is using LinkedIn. Okay. LinkedIn is a very powerful tool, right? Most of us are on Facebooks and Instagram and TikToks and all the things, y'all. But please, as professionals and as entrepreneurs, utilize and leverage LinkedIn. It is really an amazing platform. So I would totally recommend that you guys set up a LinkedIn platform, one for your business. So set up a company LinkedIn profile, okay? And then also set up a profile for yourself as the business owner. Okay. So one thing that I did with LinkedIn was first I totally change and optimize my LinkedIn profile. So that way I can appeal to a service industry to where they need our services as well. I guess a lateral service industry, right? So when you think of movers, right? The clients that utilize moving companies, hey, they also need cleaners, right? Real estate agents, when they go to sell a house, they need cleaners. Property management companies, when they go to vacate anybody, they're going to need a cleaner, right? So being able to position your profile to appeal to those other industry leaders that also need our services. Okay. So that's what you want to do first. You want to make sure that your profile is professionally speaking, you're listing keywords, you're showing your company, like you're showing those attributes, screenshots of reviews, right? Build out your profile. So think and just ask yourself, would I message myself on this profile? If it looks a little questionable, then I would totally recommend that you make some changes and upgrade it. And if you're not really familiar with LinkedIn, use YouTube University and learn about how to better position your profile so that way you can position yourself to be found on LinkedIn. Okay. But what I would do on LinkedIn is I would look for real estate professionals, property management companies, property management owners, brokers, broker firms, like anybody within that space, because I understood that they need our cleaning services, right? Especially the summertime, right? A lot of people are moving, a lot of people are selling. I drove down the street this morning to chiropractor, and like three of my neighbors is like selling their house. I'm like, man, Dave, you ain't gonna let a sister know, right? But but like three for sale signs went up, right? So when they go to sell their homes, right, they're going to need a move out cleaning. Cha-ching, right? When somebody moves into that home, they're going to need a move-in cleaning. Cha-ching. If the house stays too long on the market and the real estate agent has to re-show the house, that house is going to need another cleaning. Cha-ching, right? You understand what I'm saying? So I would go on LinkedIn. First, I am presenting myself on my profile, making sure it's completely professional. And then I'm finding these individuals within my networking space. Okay. And I'm not just following them. No, I'm building rapport. I'm posting posts on my actual page about my business, about clients that we have helped, about my ideal clients who we're looking to help, okay, about different sales or anything that is business related, right? Quotes and tips and all the things, okay? But then I'm looking for that ideal person. I'm going on LinkedIn and I'm actually searching. And I'm going to show you guys in a moment. I'm going to do a share screen. But I'm actually searching for real estate agents, brokers, property management owners, apartment managers, right? Because I understand that they all need cleaning. So after I find these individuals and I'll follow them and then I will send them a message. And y'all know me, I'm super simple. I'm not going to do no long essay and no 3 points of why you need to work with us. It's literally just first an introduction because I don't want to just shove down their throat as into why they need to work with me. They don't even know who I am. Okay. So first it's a hello, like, hey, how you doing? How's business or how's everything going in summertime? And are you guys doing well in the market? Right. And then after they respond, right? And if you guys notice that a lot of my approaches are very similar, right? Kind of like how I talked about this same follow-up approach is very similar to how I do the hiring. right? When I do our initial reach out, I don't want to just have it just be like boom, straight to the point, right? So I want to just first build rapport because I know that my chances are higher if they respond back to my question, right? So if they respond back like, "Oh yeah, business is good. Thanks so much," right? They may think that I need help. They may think I'm looking to buy or purchase or lease or sell or whichever. And I don't care if they assume that, right? But I know that if they respond back to my first initial message, my response, my chances of building that rapport and having them to become a potential client increases versus me just sending that first initial message, be like, hey, I own a cleaning business. I'd love to provide you with a cleaning service, and we do X, Y, and Z. Okay. So get on LinkedIn, build out your profile, find these individuals that you want to build and create a network with, and start reaching out to them. Okay. During a season to where I did not have a lot of marketing budget, I like solely focused on this and built a killer networking list, like super killer networking list, because I understood that they need last minute cleaning jobs. A cleaner may not show up. Put me on your vendors list. All right. That really helped be the bridge of that time when I did not have access to marketing dollars, but I still wanted to bring in new clients. Okay. Let me pull up my LinkedIn, and for anybody that is inside the academy, there is a copy of my same email or message script that I was sending out to clients on LinkedIn. Like the process doesn't change, right? You may tweak it a little bit, but it's still the same. Okay. So let's see. Move all of these messages out the way. And then it's so crazy. It's so funny. I just pulled this up and like my old business account is still on here. I didn't even realize that. Okay. So here's LinkedIn. And you guys see on the right hand side, you can still see one of my older companies right here. Okay. So like I said, you want to create a profile for yourself and then a business profile. Okay. So, but what I'm looking for is I'm looking for refer sorry, I'm looking for real estate professionals, right? And if you guys, so far you guys see in this search, I was just helping one of our done for you clients because she offers event cleaning, post, pre, and during. So I'm like, look, we're gonna use the same exact strategy and look for event planners, party planners, all the things, right? And she has been building her list to be able to find clients this way. So after having that conversation with her, I'm like, you know what? I gotta teach this to everybody. So let's look up. Oh, you can also do real estate groups. I like to personally try to find the individuals, okay? So that way I can like build rapport with people, okay? So I've never tried it in the groups, but I just talked about Facebook groups, so why not go ahead and give it a try, okay? So here is a list of real estate professionals in my area. I didn't even do like a very big search. I didn't even like break it down, right? I just did a very small search, and look at this. There's about 6 million results found in this one search. And this is just within like the DFW area. Look, somebody even popped up as a real estate investor. That's a really good one because that's probably going to be some post-construction cleans. I can do a phase 3 post-construction clean, right? I don't know how many houses that they're currently flipping, right? How many maybe they're on the investor side of the flip, or maybe their investment side of like just building doors, and they have a lot of rental properties. So how many of their rental properties are they leasing out, and how many, you know what I mean? So like that's a good one, right? So these individuals, I would start building up rapport and I would start following and connecting with them. And now you guys kind of see what I mean by like some sweat equity, because it's going to take some work. It's going to take some consistency. You're going to have to be able to stay consistent with reaching out, with following up, seeing if they followed up, right? You don't just reach out one time and just expect for them not to respond back. Okay. So it looks like my search got a little diluted with some other areas. So let me see if I put Dallas. if it'll help. Cool. Boom. Here I go. Commercial real estate. And this, like I said, this is just the one word, but I would break this word down and I would start looking for realtors. Here goes a realtor, right? And then once you click on somebody, you can also see who they're connected to. Now, LinkedIn has, up the game some, and they have made this also into a paid platform. Okay. If you do sign up for one of their paid platform options, you'll get access to more of the features on their platform where you'll actually be able to see their connections. Okay. Because if you can see their connections, then that gives you access to more people to build your network with, right? And realtors, no realtors and real estate professionals, right? So totally, if you're interested in like taking it even further out, you can do that as well. Or you can just spend the time and literally just comb through that list and send them a message and reach out and build rapport. And it does work. Like it totally does work. Okay. Um, Another thing that you can do if you wanted to continue to tap in to this vein of real estate agents is going to their networking events, right? I was just talking to a new cleaning business owner on yesterday, and she's like, I actually have like three realtor or real estate agent or I don't know, like the whole thing, mortgage, whatever event to go to this week, right? And her goal is to be able to find real estate agents because this is a busy season, right? Houses are being sold, houses are being leased, houses are being flipped. So it's a perfect time because all of these homes need to have a cleaning service. Literally, all of them. Okay. You can do the same thing for apartments. You can get on their vendors list. Sometimes working with apartments, though, they will require you to have an additional insurance. So be mindful of that. But when you're working with a real estate agent or somebody like that, a broker, then they won't always require you to have an additional license. Okay. And then, of course, my other favorite one, and I'm going to tap into my other topic, but it's okay. I really want to share this one as well, is also reaching out to those other industry professionals that need our services, but going beyond the real estate, right? Moving is probably one of my favorite ones to contact because every time they move something, well, not every time, but 90% of the time they're moving something into an empty home or out from an empty home, right? So that is client potential, right? So reaching out to those moving companies because the moving companies need incentives to be able to compete to other moving companies, right? So when somebody's calling them for a quote and they're like, hey, we're a one-stop shop. We can provide you with the cleaning service and this, right? And you have been able to create that partnership to provide that cleaning services for their clients, okay? And you can do this with lawn care, right? It's the season for lawn care. My lawn man is here every other day because Texas rains like crazy and then our grass grows like crazy and it needs to be cut or you get an HOA letter, right? So even partnering with individuals like that, but it just takes time. Okay. So you want to have try to create do some sort of CRM platform, not retention management. I can't think of the what that stands for, but some sort of CRM to where that way you'll be able to track and follow up with the people you're reaching out to. Right. I talked in our last call. We were talking about, assuming the close and following up with leads and calling them and the difference of a warm lead and a cold lead, right? And somebody was like, is this sales? No, it's not a sales job, but it's business, right? And yes, we are a service-based industry, but we need sales, we need profit, we need revenue, we still need all the things, right? So you cannot neglect the fact that you may sometimes have to put on a sales hat, or if you haven't developed that sales muscle, if you never had to work at a job where you had to work at a call center or practice some kind of upsell, right? Or even if you're just upselling an add-on from large to extra large, or if you're working with bank products, right? This is your time to get used to it. Okay. So like I mentioned before, being able to find clients a free way, I didn't say it was going to be the easy way, but I do know that it works. If you stay consistent and you build your list of network, right? You show up and you follow up, you would be able to really build a nice client list. When I talked to Elaine, I think her name is Elaine, Elaine for the company in Las Vegas, right? She consistently did that for a year and was able to build a really, really good cleaning client list for 1 year, right? And then she transitioned from reaching out to all of her entire circle to doing the same thing to every single client that she had her email to. She would email and text every client. Thank you so much for being a part of our services. I would really, really appreciate it if you could share our company with somebody so that way you can help our small business grow. And she did that for some more years and was able to build an amazing multi-million dollar company, y'all. And now she's also now tapping into another service-based industry, right? So this way, it may take longer, right? You may not see results right away. That is the benefit of the paid lead generation. You're paying for the convenience of being found where customers are looking for you. Here, you're having to kind of go poach. You kind of having to go to pick and prime and reach out and message and maybe be a little embarrassed and do some cold calling or some cold emailing, some cold reaching out to be able to build that client list, but it can be done. Okay. There's one other way that I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, community awareness. Okay. Community awareness, I feel like is something that we don't really think of with our cleaning business. But again, there was a time when I did not have access to a lot of marketing dollars and I had to get really creative. Okay. In my local area, they were putting on some kind of little festival situation, right? And they put a post and they were looking for businesses that were interested in sponsoring any of the things, right? And I think this was a like a harvest fest, and they wanted you to donate pumpkins, and the pumpkins was like they were coloring them or smashing them or whatever. And for every pumpkin that you purchased to be able to sponsor for the event, they would put your tag of your business on that pumpkin, right? And then after they were able to grow their festival, they then brought news in, right? So then the news was reading off sponsorships for like any pumpkins that were seen at that time, right? And just that small investment of community awareness was able to bring in clients like, hey, I saw that you donated for that community event and we're looking for cleaning services. Are you guys still offering cleaning services? Right. I think that sometimes we don't really think about that. Right. So finding a way to build self-awareness in your community. Okay. A lot of subdivision have community events, right? I'm in the Dallas area and they kind of do 4th of July kind of weird here. All right. But in like almost every small subdivision or small city has like their own 4th of July situation going on, right? And we looked into ways to try in a partnership and be a sponsor of these events to bring in self-awareness, right? To bring in not self-awareness, to bring in awareness for our business. So look into ways for you to do that as well. Um, there was one more that I wanted to share with you guys. Um, Yes. Okay. So one last way. All right. One last way I want to share with you guys. And I'm also going to share the link of the inside of the inside of the chat. Okay. So with this way, right? A lot of people are now interested in doing Airbnb cleaning, which I think is very cool. Airbnb cleaning is very kind of different. Like uniquely very kind of different, as in their pricing structure, as in the type of cleaning that has to be provided, as in how you want to pay your cleaners. It's just a different kind of cleaning service. But when I again was trying to find some free clients, right? I was joining Facebook groups that of Airbnb owners, right? In some communities, in some areas, there's actually like Airbnb cleaning Facebook groups because Airbnb owners definitely need their homes clean. But the one thing that I was not liking about this Airbnb cleaning scenario for me myself personally was like how much they were paying. I would be highly confused as into like why in the world are you only paying X, Y, and Z, right? So I had to get kind of unique again with trying to find clients for that type of structure. And the one thing that I liked doing was actually working with corporate short-term rental companies. Okay. And this was when a corporate company would have to bring somebody into the to come stay in town for a meeting, or they're making a merger, or it's tax season, or end of the quarter, right? But working with those kind of companies was really game changer because their pay structure was not the same as Airbnb, right? So I'm trying to find this link because I shared it one up. There it is. You guys, okay, you guys are in luck. So what I'm going to actually do, that this is not a link. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this screen and I'm going to allow you guys to take a screenshot, okay? Because this is a list that I have gathered through time to trying to find short-term rental companies. So I would do the same thing. I would contact these companies, find a person of contact, find an email, find a phone number, and reach out to them and literally ask them if they're needing a cleaning service. How can I get added to your vendors? I know that you guys have people coming in and out, right? And this was the list that I have been able to construct. So make sure that you guys got your phones, take a screenshot on your devices right now, okay? So this was the list of different companies that what they do is they will lease out multiple apartments in an apartment building, right? 10, 20, 30 units, depending on how big your area that you offer. How, Charlotte's really big on this because they're kind of the baby Wall Street in a sense, right? Dallas is really big in tech. So there's a lot of companies that do this here in the Dallas area. Houston is really big and most downtowns, as you can imagine. But this is my list of reaching out and contacting these companies and seeing if they were needing cleaning services. So since we're in the vein of Airbnb, what I also was trying to do is find other companies that was different from just Airbnb. Because Airbnb, they're kind of new to the block, right? But there's been companies that's been doing this for a long time. So here is another list of ways that I would find owners of short-term rentals. So you guys go ahead and take a screenshot of this real quick before we go ahead and exit out the stream. And now we'll do the same thing. Now with this way, it is a little different because it's the individuals, right? So I'm having to reach out and find the individual, where with the other one, it's just a company. It's a much easier reach out because finding a way to speak to the actual owner is kind of frown upon. And Airbnb put some ways in to really be able to block you from doing that. But I don't know about the other companies. That list is available in the academy, yeah. In the academy, there's several different, besides main cleaning. Like I understand that residential cleaning is just one aspect of cleaning, right? I love residential. I dibbled and dabbled in some other services, only when I felt like I needed to kind of help make up the difference. But I really love residential, but there's so many other cleaning services. So also in the academy, we teach on commercial, post-construction, student turnover. That's when you go clean out apartments that's associated with college campuses when students move out of dorms, and then also when they move out during summertime and then wintertime. And then also movie set cleaning. So like think of like when is shooting a film and they're in a studio, or also if they're on set. Basically, you guys, everything needs to be cleaned. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that is not occupied that doesn't need to be clean. So you have all of these different areas that you can potentially tap into also with residential. So yeah, so all of that is also inside of the academy, along with the full blueprint of launching the regular your residential house cleaning, but also the additional. Okay, so let me go ahead and tackle some questions. I hope that this information has been really, really helpful. Let me know if you guys are going to utilize any of these tips and tricks and tactics and hacks and all the things. I would love to hear you guys' feedback on which one worked for you, which one you didn't try, which one you like. I ain't gonna worry about that one, but I will try this one. Like, let me know how that worked out for y'all. And then drop some questions in the chat. I'd be glad to go over some with you. Um, and then we will wrap this bad boy up. Also, you guys keep a lookout for an email because we do have our next workshop coming up, our master workshop coming up. I know somebody had missed on last week's, but don't worry, we will be having it again. I'll send you guys an email with the link with the master workshop. It is a 2-day live event. 4 hours each day. And I really just break down the process of you being able to launch your cleaning business from setting up your booking koala, going over a pricing formula, market research, where should you plant your company, how much should you charge, and all the things in between. Okay. So keep a lookout for that email, you guys, because the dates are coming out really soon for the next class. And then let me look at this Q&A. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, let's see. Yes, superb maids. And I believe her name is Elena. I feel like that's kind of her name, but I'm not 100% sure. But she is amazing. Do you need a separate profile for our current professional one? Do you mean like a separate profile on LinkedIn? Like, I would recommend having both a business, like one for your company and then one for you, like as a business owner. Yes, I'm working on setting up LinkedIn. I keep hearing it's a great resource for it. Totally is a great resource for business. I keep trying to focus on LinkedIn as well. I'm gonna get more intentional about that very soon. Where can we learn more about commercial as well? So inside the academy, we do have a certified commercial trainer inside the academy. His name is Kendall. He has a lot of trainings and resources in there, like tons of training and resources. He comes back often for live Q&As. He also taught at our conference last year. So those recordings are in there. Now he has recently launched his own a commercial academy. So definitely search him. He's also inside of our Facebook group. Like inside of our Facebook group, search up commercial cleaning or search his name, Kindle. And you'll be able to see all the posts that he's responded to, all the information that he has shared. He does have a Facebook group community as well. And then you can tap into him if you're wanting to like really, really be able to conquer commercial cleaning. Will there be a replay of this call? So with the summer webinar series, you guys, there will be replays coming out. It's just not as of yet. So keep a lookout. They will be coming out soon, but not yet. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This morning's call was very it was a very tough one for me. It was like I know that I was talking to everybody that was live on the morning call, but like I was really feeling like I was giving myself a pep talk. And that you guys were just happened to be on there live as I was just discussing and going over this next season. But thank you so much. It was a good call. I'm gonna post the replay hopefully tonight. Are the two profiles one for personal and one for business? Yes, or two separate profile. Um, so I don't know if LinkedIn you can have a personal profile. So I don't know if they categorize like you set up a personal one like for you yourself. So like you know what I mean? Like I don't know what like that word is per se. But I do know I recommend that you set up two separate profiles, one for yourself, whether they consider that professional or personal. I mean, so yeah, so I guess look to see with how they categorize those two, and then you want one for your business. So like for your cleaning business. So if you saw when I brought it up, my old company was on there, North Dallas Maid Service. That was like my business page, right? And then I had one. I hope that kind of helped, gave some clarity. In the academy, the booking koala setup, I did the workshop and I need to see the video again. I would like to just get all the information I can to do it on my own because my schedule is very different from most of the workshops available. I need the work. Okay. Let me know. One thing is with the VIP option for any of our master workshops, you will get access to the replays. So that way you'll be able to get access and watch it at your own time, at your own leisure, depending on your schedule. Because I do understand that people's schedules can be very hard. And trying to find like the optimal time when best people are available has been very, very hard for me. So I had to like tweak the times, which like even today's call at 4 p.m., I'm very shocked that at one given time we had about 35 people live on the call. I always thought that, I didn't really expect any too many people to be on here live. So I think it's really cool. Like now I kind of see another time that I can possibly hold classes at. So but yeah, send me a message. You guys can always reach me at Jazmine at ceocleaningacademy.com. You guys ever have any questions about replays or upcoming classes or webinars or upcoming master workshops? My goal is to have a master workshop class every every other week, right? So twice a month. That is my absolute goal. Sometimes life happens because I am a mom and a wife first, but my absolute goal is to be able to host one every other week. Okay. And then during our webinar series, you guys, please make sure that you guys register because the goal is also to have a class every Monday, Thursday. Now, this Thursday, we will not be meeting because it's 4th of July. Please enjoy time with your family and your friends and your community. And then we'll be back on the following Monday, 4 p.m. And then on Thursdays, our calls are at 6 p.m. I just put the lineup for the next 3 calls. You guys can find it on Facebook. You can find it inside the Academy. And then also there'll be an email going out as well. Okay, so I need to upgrade to VIP, or do you recommend the Academy? Does the Academy do everything in the workshops plus more? If getting the Academy, I would like the best decision. So yes, of course, uh, inside of the 2-day live webinar class or the 2-day live master workshop, we only get 4 hours each day, right? So I can only really go over so much. And even then, I'm trying to like provide the most information. I think last webinar I ended up going over an hour the first day, 2 hours on the second day, because like I had to get that information out. But of course, inside the Academy is a plethora of more. The course itself has a video breakdown of each section inside of growing your business. I kind of break it down into 4 phases. And so there's a detailed video layout of how to be able to launch your business from wherever you point you're at. So if you're starting super fresh, brand new, or you kind of been in it a minute and you're trying to change things up, right? So inside the Academy, you do get all of that plus more. Let me go ahead, I'll just do a share screen to kind of give you a run through. I know inside of the CEO Clean Academy, there is a small video that kind of shows you guys what everything is. So inside the Academy, there's different breakdown of spaces, right? That's how we kind of categorize where is what and who gets access to what. So we have our workshop, right? So all of our master workshops, they get access to this space. Our CEO Cleaning Accelerator, this is our newer program. It's a 5-week program where I'm actually helping people on a more individual level. And then you have the full course. It has 48 sections, or not sections, but 48 sections inside the Academy, because it's literally a breakdown from every single thing that you'll need to know to get your business launched. And then we have more resources, right? So resources for various SOPs, marketing, hiring, cleaners, additionals. Then we have master classes. The CEO Clean Academy initially started with just one tiny course: how to launch a business, how to find your cleaners, how to find your clients, get started. But as growing and as students were growing, they had more questions, right? As they're operating their business, they had more questions on like, what do I do now? How do I scale? What other marketing platforms can I look into? Like, what do I do with my profits? Like, how can I best manage my money? Because it's only sitting in one account and I don't know what to do with it, right? So we've been able to partner with individuals in various professions to provide more information for them. So that way we're creating the more well-rounded CEO, right? Not just a business owner, but somebody that knows how to grow a business, you leverage the money that they're growing the business with, and to be able to scale it, right? So we have like email marketing trainings, Google ad, business formation that's taught by an actual real business lawyer, a tax strategy training class, because It's not enough just to learn how to make the money, but you got to learn how to keep it too, right? So we go over that. Business profile training taught by an expert, business insurance training. So I mean, like literally, it's a plethora of classes. Okay, bookkeeping, all the things, and then of course we have our industry master classes: Airbnb, post construction, student turnover, movie and film, which is the coolest because like I want to be on a scene with The Rock and like sweeping. Like I'll come in today, y'all. Apartment contract, commercial, and then government contract. So you get all of that inside of the CO Clean Academy, and it's a lot of information. It's so many resources, and then we have a very amazing, active community of individuals that's also building their businesses as well. So people are asking questions, getting feedback, getting help, all the things, right? I think this is probably one of my favorite parts. I can always tell when somebody's brand new because they're asking all the questions, but people give real life feedback. They share their responses, they share their what their resources, they share what their experiences, what's working for them, what's not working for them. And I love the community aspect as well. So that kind of gives you a good overview of like what's inside of the CO Clean Academy. Okay, I'm going to answer these last two questions or three questions and then we'll wrap it up. So, LinkedIn, one personal, one business. Yes, one personal. So, one for you and then one for your business. Have you or anyone else done door hangers? Oh, I knew that question was going to come up. With call to actions on it or with a special offer. With commercial cleaning, door-to-door sales with flyers or brochures. I'm at the point I want to focus more attention on getting commercial cleanings. I have a current one based off of being a client at a various place and having friends recommend me for their business. That's awesome. So with the door hangers, I have personally not tried that, right? Because of my very first experience with finding clients was through Thumbtack and then Yelp and then Google. My focus has always been on paid lead generation platforms, right? So I never really looked into that option. And then when I later was doing the LinkedIn, right? Now, the one thing that I was stopping me from doing the hangers is like, this is a remote business. I don't want to have to go out. And I was thinking that I'm going to have to go out. I think I remember I once found a service that you can sign up for and they can send out flyers to this full postal area, right? So I've never personally tried it, right? But I'm always going to say give something a try and see how it works for you. Check the cost. If by chance, nothing else is working for you at that time, then totally try that. I know for me, I have a trash can by my mailbox to where like I toss out every ad. And that's not to say that everybody will, right? I just may not be that ideal person to see the flyer, but I just know that that's just for me personally. But totally try it. Totally try it, see how it works, and then let us know. Let us know if it worked for you. So that way, anybody else that may be interested in tapping into the door hangers, they could potentially try that as well. One last thing, is there a payment option or we do provide payment options. We provide a payment option pretty much for everything. Yeah, I definitely provide you a payment option. So send me an email, Jessica. Jazmine, Jazmine at ceocleaningacademy.com. Or if you're on any of like the socials, send me a DM that way as well. I can send you some information and links on our various payment options that we provide. And like I said, we provide payment options for pretty much everything, you guys. So never feel embarrassed to try to ask for a payment plan because look, sister girl loves some payment plans. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope you guys had a great day and I hope you guys took away some good pointers from today's webinar class. And I will see you guys on next Monday. And if you guys want to join me for our next morning motivation call, it is intentively set to be on Wednesday at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Keep a lookout for posts, emails that'll go out as well. And until next time, y'all stay blessed. See y'all later.